So today I'm going to be talking about how you can generate leads on autopilot because many business owners, they always have this struggle of trying to get new inbound leads or having to do a lot of hard work by doing outbound. It can be quite tiring and feel like you're working in many different directions. Not only are you trying to do the marketing, maybe you only have a few employees or contractors, and so you can feel very split, like you just can't do enough of the marketing while also doing the actual service delivery or whatever they're actually paying you for. And so I just want to explain the basics of how you can have a continuous inbound lead flow without having to do a lot of upkeep, and just the principles of it, as well as some practical applications of how you can set it up. So why should you listen to me? Well, my name's Zach. I've been a software developer for the last 12 years. I've also been running a marketing agency named Braxter for the last 7, in which we've been able to generate over $13 million in revenue for our clients. Now, the majority of that revenue has come through the exact strategies that I'm talking about with inbound lead flow, setting up sort of a funnel or a pipeline so that the companies or the clients can always just have a steady lead flow coming in every month, so that their sales teams can then convert them. So what is a funnel? It's just a basic term that means that you have this structure, these multiple steps through which people will come and then be converted to the next step. So the first step would probably be some sort of advertisement. Like we would run a lot of Facebook ads. And so people would click on those Facebook ads, start a conversation with the sales team, and then continue on down the funnel through being qualified and having an appointment, and then potentially moving to an invoice stage and then buying. Now, this was for a funnel where there would be a conversation required. Another type of funnel could be that you have an ad taking them to a landing page, which is to be separate from your normal website, like a home page. And that page then specifically addresses their concerns, helps warm them up to the idea of working with you, and then they're directed to have a conversation with somebody again. But it's different in that one is directly into a conversation, and it could end up with a little bit more tire kickers, less qualified traffic, and then you have to actually talk to them to figure that out. Or you can assume that because they filled out this form and completed all of these steps, that they are somewhat qualified already. Now, these are two different levels of friction, and so that will also affect the cost of advertising, but also the level of quality that you get of leads. Now, these steps are pretty simple to understand, I hope, from my description, but how do you get these people in the first place? Well, it could be from advertising, or maybe it's through social media content, or maybe it's a blog article on your website. Maybe somebody was searching for your type of content. So let's talk about that a little bit. What would be the best for your situation? Because I don't want to just recommend the same thing for everybody. We all have different time budgets as well as financial budgets. So how should you pick? Well, simply put, you need to think about at what stage are the majority of your ideal customers at in their buying journey. If you're a plumber, then maybe they're searching for your service, because usually people aren't browsing around looking for plumbing services if they don't actually need them. So something that I would probably recommend for somebody who was a plumber would be to be heavily working on their search engine traffic. And then you would have a landing page that will help to push them to the next stage of contacting you. So you would set up your content in a way that directs people or is oriented so that if they are searching on a search engine, that it will appear. That is different from normal social media content where it might just be for entertainment or informational. You would need to write your captions and write your titles of videos and so on, all from the perspective of what would somebody actually type in to find you. Maybe you're going to write blog articles that would be for your neighborhood. That works really well for these like local service-based businesses, having articles set up that address the specific thing that they're looking for, as well as the location that it's in. It could be plumbing services in San Diego or plumbing services in Dallas, that type of a thing. And you could even get more granular and get down to the neighborhood. So that would be first how you get the traffic in the first place. If you are in a situation where you are ending up with some traffic, that could be working fine. But obviously, if you want something a little bit more dependable, then you're going to have to create some more content around that to create that funnel-like structure, as opposed to just hoping that the homepage is going to be enough to convert that traffic. You are also not giving yourself more opportunities to rank for more terms. If it's just your homepage or a very basic website, that's not a lot of content for Google to actually index for. Whereas if you have articles that are based around the subtopics of your industry, then that's going to give you so many more opportunities to rank for any terms at all related to your company, and that will also put you ahead of other competitors. So that's the more search-based type of content for service-based businesses. But let's say that you're working in a different industry where you don't have necessarily a specific point in time that you have to be talking to the buyer, like a plumber in an emergency. Maybe it's just a more normal type of service, something that somebody could be doing at any point in time. What would be a good example? Like perhaps you're a real estate agent, so you actually can drive business by contacting people, as opposed to just sitting and waiting for people to hopefully contact you at the moment where they want to buy a house or want to list their house. You can actually drive potential transactions by getting out in front of people, letting them know what their options are. So in that scenario, we'd probably want to try and start a little bit higher at the customer awareness stages. For example, even if somebody doesn't know what their options are, we can get some content in front of them, whether it's paid ads or free organic content. And that way we can start building up some trust with the customer in advance. Maybe you make a free home buyer's guide as a sort of lead magnet. Well, you could run ads to that, or you could just give it out for free on your Instagram or your Facebook page. And then that can be a constant way for you to get leads. But if we want to make the leads automatic, my recommendation in that scenario would be to use paid ads. And it would be the same case also for the plumbing example, using paid ads to get in front of people at the exact time that they want to buy. This is what's going to allow you to take it from something that depends on you doing a constant effort, like posting on Instagram every day, which takes time, as well as if you don't make the post right, it doesn't get in front of that many people. But since you're a busy working professional and you have a business to run, sometimes that's just not practical. So I would recommend spending some money on paid ads so that your content is being shown to people on a consistent basis every day, no matter how much you're working on it. Then if you couple that with a premium landing page that will then do a lot of the selling for you, as well as building up authority in the mind of the potential client, that's going to make things a whole lot smoother, so that once they actually get to you, they're much more qualified. You didn't have to do any outreach, and they've come to you. Now, everything requires a little bit of upkeep or maintenance, but with paid ads, there is a lot less upkeep than there is with organic content. With organic content, you have to really go for it every day, prepare a large volume of content in advance if you want to stay ahead. But with paid ads, really it's more like results may taper off a little bit over time, but as long as you are creating some new content to use as ads every now and then, you can usually keep things fresh enough. There's also some audience tactics that you can do by working in the ads managers to keep things continually fresh. I have other videos on my channel that go a little bit deeper into how to do that. But this is really going to give you a lot more stability so that you can kind of get off that content creation hamster wheel, trying to get out a post every day or every other day, and make it so that you can just be a lot more stable and focus on what you really want to be doing, which is getting the work done and getting your payments. There are even more steps that you can do to improve the conversion rates and get even more bang for your buck out of every ad dollar that you spend, like email nurture sequences. But if you can just make a start with getting some ads set up, whether it's Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever, and then sending that traffic to a landing page, getting that landing page to the point of converting enough of the traffic so that you have a meaningful inbound lead flow every month, it's really a game changer for your business. I have funnels that we've set up for clients where we've only had to do minimal upkeep and maintenance, and they are still getting leads through the exact same methods for 6 to 7 years straight. So think of what that could do for your business, just having something that is constantly out there. Essentially, it's like having a salesperson that's working for you full time at a very low wage, and their wage is really just your ad spend, which is worth its impressions, right? So I definitely recommend putting some effort into getting that set up. It can be a little bit expensive just for the initial setup, but once you've got it, it pays dividends for a very long time. So I hope that this was helpful, but that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Bye.